Hi, my name's Stephen, this is Robert.
Hello.
And welcome to another episode of Green Thumb's Rule of Thumb. So today's rule of thumb is all about thatch. What is thatch? How does it get on a lawn? And how do you get rid of it? Well, it would be true to say, wouldn't it, Robert, that thatch gets blamed for a lot of things on a lawn. Things like moss. If a lawn dries out, thatch often gets the blame. A lack of root development, thatch gets the blame, doesn't it? And maybe even shallow roots, thatch generally gets the blame. The question is, does it deserve its reputation? What do you think, Robert?
Yeah, it does. It does all those things and more. I mean, one thing you didn't mention was disease. Thatch prevents light, air, water and nutrition from getting into the lawn, which means that your lawn is more susceptible to disease as well. So all of these things you can attribute to thatch.
So what we want to do today is show you what thatch looks like on a lawn. And behind us we have a lawn here. It looks fairly respectable, but it does have a lot of thatch in it, and we want to show you what thatch looks like, the different types of thatch, and how, of course, you get rid of it, and what Green Thumb does to reduce the thatch on your lawn. Okay then, Robert, do you want to take a core sample from this lawn?
Yep. I'll just pop this tool in just there. Pull that out. And it's just the top of this core that we're wanting to look at. So you can see just there, this sort of wooded thatched matter, which is of course where thatch gets its name. It's just there as well. You can see that there's like a browner, drier substance. That's the surface thatch. And then beneath the surface, there's again the same matter, but it's beneath the surface. So that's subsurface thatch.
Right, okay. So how does that affect where the roots are?
Well, if I just show you an example here, if I grab hold of these little grass plants here and I pull out, you'll notice that they really didn't take a lot to pull out there. And that's because their roots are living in that thatch and that subsurface thatch. They're not reaching down into the soil where the nutrients are. So it's
so if you pulled a bit at the end of that, there'd be very little roots there, would there?
Yeah, there's a couple, but really not a lot for the amount of grass that's living in there.
Right. So essentially, the grass is living in the very top inch or so of this lawn.
Yeah, exactly.
So of course, if you get a bit of dry weather and it dries out at the surface level, then it's just going to look all pale, isn't it, and stressed.
Yeah, exactly.
How does that affect moss? Because I can see there's a bit of moss in there too.
Yeah, so the moss is a moisture-loving organism. It doesn't need roots. It doesn't need to go into the soil. It literally only needs moisture to survive. And since thatch likes to hold the moisture at the surface, it encourages moss to grow alongside the grass, and that chokes the grass plant out.
Thank you very much, Rob, for showing us the thatch on the lawn, the surface and the subsurface thatch.
That's okay.
Of course, thatch is a problem which we highlighted causes moss and other issues. So what do Green Thumb do to get rid of surface and subsurface thatch on a lawn?
Well, we have two mechanical means. We have hollow tine aeration for subsurface and scarification for normal thatch. The scarification literally goes into the grass and pulls out the thatch, the surface thatch, and then aeration, or hollow tine aeration specifically, takes little cores out of the lawn and pulls out subsurface thatch. It helps to relieve the pressure on the grounds.
Right, thank you. And they are, of course, a very important part of an annual lawn treatment programme, aren't they?
Yeah.
And probably just need to be done every single year if you want to have a beautiful Green Thumb lawn. And of course, when our chaps come round and take core samples, they will make the recommendations for aeration and scarification specifically for your lawn. And of course, if you want to know more about thatch, moss and other lawn problems, and of course our treatments, please go to our website, greenthumb.co.uk, where you'll find much more information. Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.